yourself. My name is Jennifer Salomon, and as always, I am your host for this mini-series. So today's segment will be all about fitness, and I have Mr. McCloud here as our special guest today. Mr. McCloud, would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself?
My name is McCloud. I am a gym owner. I own Snap Fitness Portales, New Mexico. First off, I'm a husband, a father, and I'm just happy to be here, be a part of what you have going on to outreach and get more people more knowledgeable about fitness. So thank you for having me. Let's get this thing rocking.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. So to kick off with our first questions is, what is fitness and why is fitness important?
To me, fitness is a form of physical activity. It could be some cardiovascular work, which is working out the heart. It could be a form of strength endurance, which is working out your muscles and your bone density. Fitness is just getting out and basically being active, I say.
And why is it important?
It is important because it helps reduce a lot of the diseases that people have. It helps people mindset. It's a really good mental driver. It is good stress reliever. It's really good overall. It's really, really important that you're participating in fitness somehow throughout your lifestyle for longevity living.
Well, what would you say are some of the biggest misconceptions about fitness?
Ooh, it's a good one. I would say the two biggest ones I hear about are, especially with females on this one, is thinking they could become, or they're going to look like a bodybuilder if they go and do some resistance training or quote unquote bodybuilding training. That's the biggest misconception. That's not true at all. You go work out to look like that, you're going to have to take some type of enhancement to help your muscles build and shape in that form, and it's going to take years and years. You're not going to get that right away. Also, thinking you could come to the gym and lose weight in the first month or 2 months and have a drastic change in terms of looking in the mirror and seeing this crazy change of yourself. And that's what keeps a lot of people demotivated from going to the gym, because they don't see the results right away. Don't think like that. That's the biggest misconception. Get in there and work out.
That's good. Why do you think people are so afraid of the gym?
I think mainly you have to just fall in love with yourself. No matter what type of person you are, what type of body type you have, you got to love yourself first. I think a lot of people, they're insecure and they feel like when they go to the gym, other people maybe are looking at them a certain way. Scratch all that. You have to get in there first. You got to love yourself. Once you love yourself, you can express yourself in different ways. Don't be afraid of the gym. Most people at the gym are there to help you anyway. They want to correct you if you're doing things wrong. Mainly, in the gym's a place of family, so everyone in there is for the same goal, and that's what the gym is for. The gym isn't going to hurt you. The weights are there for you to work and get better.
Man, all of the things you just talked about are things I'm guilty of.
Yes, so stop that now and get in there, and you're already in there, which is really good, but just stay committed to it, and all of your goals are going to fall in place.
By the way, I go to Mr. McCloud's gym, and he's one of the most welcoming people ever. So I've never been to a gym where I felt as welcome as I go as Snap Fitness in Portales. So if you are looking for a gym, Mr. McCloud's is definitely the gym to go to at Snap Fitness in Portales.
Appreciate that.
Going on to our next question, what inspired you to go into this profession?
Yes, basically my why, my family. We didn't eat the best growing up, but I don't think we really knew better, And now that I'm knowledgeable about it and I understand it could help a lot of the situations that my family's currently in now, generations back, we get heart disease and we get diabetes, things like that. That really motivates me. And I don't like going to, back home and seeing my family when it's hard for them to walk certain places, when they're grandparents and they can't play with the grandkids, things like that. So mainly it's just my family, to get my family in a better place, a better state, a better mind. That's the reason why I do fitness.
That's beautiful. How does working out benefit mental health?
Oh man, it helps mental health so much. It helps. It's a positive impact on things like ADHD, things like depression. It's a good stress reliever. It helps improve your memory. Studies have shown that. It helps your mood, your overall mood throughout the day. And it's just a good refresher, you know, and it's a good way to keep evolving. You don't never want to stop growing, no matter how old you get. You want to keep evolving and keep challenging that body to a new state of life. And then with mental health, it's just really important if you're going through any type of, you know, negativity. The gym's like a getaway place for you to regroup yourself, and then stay motivated.
That's good. Because some people don't think that they could also do the mental, but I think it has a lot to do with the mental as well as the physical.
Definitely.
And so I understand that there's three types of, like there's 3 body types. And I was wondering, and they're called ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph.
Yep.
And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit of what each one is, along with what is the best type of workouts for each of those body types.
First off, you gotta know your body. And like I said before, just love yourself. No matter what body type you are, love yourself, and then it'll motivate you to do more. So we'll start with the ectomorph. That is gonna be dealing with individuals that have the smaller shoulder base, the smaller hips, the long stringy limbs, the small joints, people that are really thin, and then they kind of have that issue with getting bigger. And in terms of working out, for those type of people, if you know that's your body type, you should probably stay away from the aerobic training. You know, don't be doing any long miles or any long cardio sessions. You know, you want to really hit things like strength endurance. That's what you really want to focus on. For the mesomorph, those are going to be people with a, you know, wide shoulder base and a thin hip base. More people with like the long and the round muscle groups. They're more physique, you know, you can see more of their muscles, those type. And for those individuals, I would focus on both, you know, getting cardio in as well as the strength endurance. You never want to take away neither one, but just to keep that muscle physique and to keep that heart rate healthy, I would focus on both for that individual. And the next one was endomorph, right?
Yes.
And that one's going to be those that have the shorter limbs, that are thicker, that are wide hips, wide shoulders. You know, those individuals are going to probably have the problem with the losing weight. And for those individuals, in terms of working out, you want to do tons of cardio, but you can't. The misconception with those type of people is coming in and just doing cardio. You have to add some resistance training in there. That's only going to enhance it. Understand too, you're not going to lose as much weight if you're gaining muscle at the same time. But you really want to focus on hitting that cardio hard every time you go to the gym, as well as adding that strength endurance in there.
So keeping both of them?
Yes, definitely. And maybe sticking more to the cardio side at first until you're ready to really sculpt and shape that body.
To them. Because I know that sometimes if you're trying to lose weight but you're gaining muscle, seeing the scale like not really change is kind of discouraging.
Yes,
but
and don't pay attention to that. You know, you want to pay attention to how your clothes fit, you know, how you're feeling. That's the main focus. And if you focus on things like the scale, you know, those are going to be side trackers. You know, you want to stay focused. What are you going to the gym for? You know, main thing for the ectomorph, you have to eat. If you want to gain weight, it's simple. It's not rocket science. Stuff your face like you never have before. With the endomorph, you got to minus the carbs. You got to minus the fats, the junk foods, you know, all of that. You got to take it out of it. When people come up to me and they tell me that they're doing this and they're doing that and their weight's just staying the same, it's not rocket science. Something's not adding up. You know, if you're in the gym consistently and you're doing efficient work, then it's going to show.
That's true. Would you say that there's a wrong way to train?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
You probably see that all the time too.
So first thing is technique. You have to have proper technique. If you don't know, then you have to go and ask, get help. Secondly, you could overtrain, and this what will cause injuries. There's a such thing as overtraining. So you have to know your plan. You don't want to just go in there and not know what you're doing, because you could definitely waste time. And then sometimes you cannot push yourself as far as you need to go to see the change you need to get. As you start progressing in the workouts, you're going to need to push a little harder, because your body's getting used to where you're at. And that's what you never want to do. You want to keep adapting, keep growing, keep changing.
What advice would you give to someone going to the gym for the first time?
Definitely. Going to the gym for the first time. Don't be shy. Ask staff for help. Like, that's what they're there for. If you ever get to a point and you don't know what you're doing, ask for help. Get a trainer. Like, if you don't have a understanding or a background in physical fitness, get a trainer. Even if it's only for 1 month, they're going to show you the ropes, and they're going to get you on track and show you what you need to be doing. Because like I said, you could waste a lot of time. Trainer is really important, and don't be cheap. It's an investment on your life. You spend money daily on junk. Mm-hmm. Spend money to invest in yourself. Get something back, and that's what that wellness coach or that trainer can provide for you. That nutrition coach. Get help. Don't think you have to do it on your own. You can do it a lot faster from learning from somebody that's already been there. And know what they're doing, than trying to do it all on your own. That's advice I would give a newcomer.
That's good. That was the advice that I took from you to actually even get in the gym. You said invest in yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so important, and baby steps.
Baby steps. It's okay. As long as you're there and you're committed, you're on the right track.
So, are there any other thoughts or comments that you would like to add?
Most definitely. First, like I say, believe in yourself. Second, we have to change. Don't be so stuck into your old ways just because your family are a certain way. We get I hear a lot of people, well, when I go to my grandma's house, she gets mad at me if I don't eat. And that's okay. That's grandma. That's all she knows. So it's not disrespectful for you to say no, but you have to have the courage. You got to believe in yourself and know that you're doing the right thing to say those type of things, And I'm not saying cut it out completely, but you got to cut back, on those type of things. Commit. You got to commit to something, and then just, write it down. Have a binding document yourself. Like, I'm going to commit to this, write some goals down, and then ask for help on the way there. Get into fitness. The time is now. Don't wait. It's super important. It's going to help you in all aspects of life. If you need any help and you're in Port Talos, New Mexico, come up to Snap Fitness. We'll take care of you. If not, I'm starting my online program training so people can get online training with me. So, and other than that, the main thing is love yourself, man. Love yourself like no one ever will.
Well, that one's probably the hardest one,
Deep.
but
it's deep, and it's not easy, but it comes with focus. It's what you really want. People say they want to look better, they make the New Year's resolutions, but actions speak louder than words. It's not rocket science. It's up to you. And make the change, man. It's so important.
It's true. Well, I hope that for those of you watching that you've learned something today. Thank you for all your insights.
Thank you for having me.
I greatly appreciate you being here. It's been an honor. And if you have any questions, I will put his contact information on this video somewhere for you to be able to contact him personally. If you have any questions for me, you can also do that. Next week, I will do my reflection over this interview. So I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
You have a good day.